Hi, this is Miriam from Keto My Way. I would like to talk to you today about a very interesting conversation that I had with my chat friend. This is Jen, and I've put her stuff on my blog as well, ketomyway.com. And we were talking last night just about my being stuck a little bit. And she said something very interesting. She says that a lot of my vlogs I've been talking about cheating, that chocolate bunny head and the pretzels, and we talked about that. And she suggested, and I think she's correct, that I'm looking at keto as a diet and something that's complicated, and that I can't change until I change. I am so in a Weight Watchers mindset, and especially I think those banked points years ago, I don't know if they still have them, really does a mindset because it makes you feel, oh, you can have a little bit and it won't do any damage. And I was also telling her that when I was 13 years old, I was taken to my first diet doctor. I was given amphetamines at 13 years old, a diet plan that I didn't understand. I was the only one in my family, four siblings and my parents, that was called upon to do this. I don't want to say my mother wasn't helpful. I mean, she was in charge of the kitchen and all, but I think a lot of it fell on me, and and I'm 65 now, so do the math. That's how many years I've been dieting. And it's been very hard for me to break out of that, even though I say I am and I'm not dieting. Uh, and my friend said to me very astutely, she said, do you believe that keto is a diet, or do you believe in the chemistry that if you keep your carbs low and eat fat, it will come, the weight loss will come, the health will come? And I really had to think about that. And this morning I got up and I said, I am not dieting, I am ketoing. And I'm going to try to change my mindset with that. She made the point that when I have all of these rules, which I do, uh, when I have all of these rules, those Oreos look awfully enticing. So part of it is, um, I have this rule, and if I don't meet it and I'm not perfect, then I feel really guilty and I feel really bad about myself. And that could drive me to eat. Or the Weight Watchers mentality, well, I have enough points, I could have this cookie, it won't hurt that much. Um, and also, I talked about my history, that I am a person who doesn't stay on diets, and I am a person who doesn't lose weight, and I am a person who complicates things, and I am a person who has all these rules and sets myself up for failure, and I fail. Um, and what would happen if I just changed that story? What if I was a person who got up one day and was the right way and the right health, and I ketoed, and I love to move? And what if that was my story now? And so I am going to try to put a little more faith in the chemistry of ketogenic eating. Obviously, I believed it, or I wouldn't have started it. I didn't come into this as saying, oh, I'll try a couple of months and then I'll go off. No, I really believed in the chemistry. Um, Speaking of chemistry, there's a lot of good sources for it. I got my first introduction to it with Gary Taub's uh, Why We're Fat and What to Do About It. And the greater portion of the book really is on the science and the chemistry. And I've done a lot of reading and a lot of watching presentations and lectures, and I have no doubt about the science of this. And so my new mantra, as I said, is I am not dieting, I am ketoing. I am a person who likes to move. I am a person who is successful. I am a person who does not complicate things. I think it's hard to believe that keto is really that easy. It's like, it just can't be, but it is. And I think that if I change my story and I um, change what I say to myself and I change how I see myself, that this really will be a lot easier than what I'm making it. Anyway, we had this conversation last night, but I was already moving in that direction. And I've had a couple of really good, successful days. And they've been painless, and I haven't been hungry. And thank God I haven't had leg cramps. And just things are going really, really well. And so I want to keep it up, and I don't want to start saying, oh, when is this going to end? This can't be. Yes, it can be. And no, it doesn't have to end. And so, what I'd like to leave you with today is something I had read. I don't remember the words, but the gist of it was, what if you woke up one morning and you didn't have a story? Who would you be? And so I think it is time for me to let go of my story. Maybe not even write a new story yet, just sort of live and see where the story goes. But as I said, my story is an early age dieter on speed, always different, always just set aside because of my weight. There was no such thing as plus sizes when I was growing up. It was chubby girl sizes and make your own clothes and things like that. And that's my history and that's my story, and it doesn't have to be that way anymore. My story can start today. What if I had amnesia and I only just woke up? This today, right now, this minute, is my new story. I keto, I like to move, I'm successful. And I'm going to leave that with you to ask yourself, what would you be if you didn't have a story? And what would that new story be? Anyway, have a great day. For those of you who've asked, the baby's doing fine now. His sister just loves him, does not know the meaning of the word gentle, but she is just beyond cute, loving her brother. So thank you. So this is a new chapter of my life on many, many levels, but mostly keto. Thank you very much.